guys, what's going on? It's MassiveJoes RAW review, and I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Awesome raw review for the viewers at home today on a unique, all new carbohydrate supplement from my good man Rich Piana at 5% nutrition. It is, of course, real food in the house. Let's get straight into it, show you guys exactly what's in it, tell you exactly what it's going to do. That nutritional information panel ain't going to get it done. We're about to go balls deep in this Rich Piana 5% nutrition real food. Luckily, got ourselves a big ass nutritional information panel for the viewers at home. Dilip, go ahead and cut up that panel on the screen so the viewers have got a nice stable copy to reference. Starting from the top, got yourself serving size 1 scoop, 30 grams, got yourself about 60 of them 1 scoop, 30 gram bitches. And one of these 4 pound, 1.8 kilo, 60 serve Rich Piana real food bitches. In terms of what the 30 grams is made up of, it is a carbohydrate supplement, so we do have to look at the macros. Starting from the top on the macros. In fact, you know what? Let's back up a second. Hold the up. Back up a second. I want to go back to that 1 scoop 30 grams, because if we do a quick summation and we add up the active ingredients in this real food, you can quickly discover that you got 27.5 grams of active ingredients, for lack of a better term, in a 30 gram scoop. So we're talking about 92% of actual ingredients, only 8% flavor and sweetener in this here real food. Now we can get into the macros. So taking a look at the 1 scoop 30 gram serve, you've got 100 calories, of which 1 gram is fats, 20 grams is carbohydrates. The carbohydrates are broken down into 1.7 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar. So we know we're dealing with low fat, high carbs, and a lot of complex carbs. There's only 1 gram of simple carbs, 1 gram of sugars in this here real food. 1 gram of protein. We do have a little bit of an issue with this, because if you do your maths real quick and you add up 20 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein, 1 gram of fat, and figure out how many calories, you're only getting 93. So I think 5% nutrition may have overstated the calories per serve in this here real food. Nonetheless, it's a carbohydrate supplement. You're not taking it for the calories as such, you're taking it for the carbs. And there is 20 grams of carbohydrates, of which 19 of those grams are complex in each and every scoop of this Rich Piana real food. Moving right along, you've then got some vitamins, some minerals that are naturally occurring in the active ingredients. 900 units of vitamin A, 7 milligrams of calcium, 96 milligrams of sodium, 85 milligrams of potassium. Nothing in there really to take note of. And then we get into the good stuff, the actives in this real food. We're talking about 10 grams or 10,000 milligrams of pounded yams, 7 grams or 7,000 milligrams of oats, 10 grams or 10,000 milligrams of sweet potato, and then 500 milligrams or half of 1 gram of blueberry fruit powder. If we just run the percentages on that real quick, you're talking about 36% pounded yam, 36% sweet potato, 26% oats, 2% blueberry fruit powder. Then we get into the other ingredients. You can see you got some sucralose, that's your artificial sweetener. You got natural flavors. You've got some gums in there to thicken it and just make the texture of this real food a little bit nicer than it would otherwise be with the cellulose gum, the xanthan gum, and the carrageenan. You got yourself no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, and that's what's in it. So it's a very simple yet unique supplement. We've never seen a carbohydrate supplement like this before, viewers at home. We've seen carbohydrate supplements that use maltodextrin or dextrose or carbolin or different manufactured carbohydrates, or different very high, let's go with not necessarily manufactured, but very highly processed carbohydrates. We've never seen a pure carbohydrate supplement with whole food, unprocessed whole food carbohydrates like we have this real food. That's effectively what you get in each and every scoop. You've got 10 grams of pounded yam, which effectively, let's go with yam powder. You've got 7 grams of oats, And I'll show you the texture in a second. It's oats. It's not oatmeal, it's not oat flour, it's like legit oats. You got 10 grams of sweet potato powder of course, and then half a gram of blueberry powder, which is gonna yield you some antioxidants in there as well, and some cool phytonutrients and micronutrients. That's what you're dealing with this real food. Very simple, very unique carbohydrate supplement. In terms of how it tastes, how it mixes, comes in 2 flavors. Comes in blueberry cobbler, comes in sweet potato pie. This here sweet potato pie is the communal tub of real food here at MassiveJoes headquarters, man. So this one's open. So I'm gonna reopen this here sweet potato pie for the infamous MassiveJoes taste and mixability test. But before we get into the taste and mixability test, I'm really excited to actually show you guys what this powder looks like, because I did mention it. So what I've got over here is I've just got a bowl real quick, and I'm gonna take a couple of scoops of this real food. The first thing you'll notice real quick is the scoop is different to what we're used to seeing with protein powders and BCAAs and other supplements. It looks like that. So you guys can see that shit. That's the scoop that you're dealing with. So I'm gonna take a couple of them scoops. Whoop, let me try that again. Gotta tilt the tub a little bit. So I'm gonna take a couple of them scoops and just throw it in this bowl real quick, just so I can actually show you guys what the powder looks like, what kind of consistency we're dealing with here. So there you go. Can you guys see that? Let me get some zoom and focus action. Tilt that, there you go. That's what we're after, a bit of that action. So you can see in there, you guys can see what I was talking about with the oats, is there's not, it's like, it's actual oats. Like you can actually get in there and like pick it up, and like, you've got like a, can you see that on the end of my finger? You got like an oat in there. So you've got like legit oats, the pounded yam powder, the sweet potato powder. There's only half a gram of blueberry powder, so you can't really, see that at all, but it is in there as well. That's the kind of consistency that you're dealing with. So it is definitely much more granular, I guess is probably the way to describe it. A much rougher powder than what you'd be expecting to see with like an amino acid supplement or a protein powder supplement that is, a very fine powder. You're dealing with a very coarse, that's the word I'm looking for, very coarse, granulated type powder with this here Rich Piana 5% nutrition real food. Anyway, back to the MassiveJoes, infamous MassiveJoes taste and mixability test. Gonna follow the directions real tight. So it says, mix 1 to 2 scoops in a blender shaker, blah, 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 with at least 8 ounces of water per scoop. So, got myself in this here MassiveJoes, Team MassiveJoes Elite Shaker, 16 ounces of water. So gonna throw 2 scoops of this sweet potato pie flavored Rich Piana 5% nutrition real food in here, man. So I'm just gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it on camera, I'm gonna do it just off camera so I don't spill the shit all over the place. So 1 scoop, 2 scoop of the real food. That's actually, another thing I will mention is because of the shape of the scoop, we're used to seeing scoops that are like you can level them off. You can't level that scoop off, and 30 grams is a heaped. I'll show you like what I just chucked in the shaker just so you guys know what a serve looks like. So 30 grams is like that, probably a little bit less, like that. So it's like a heap scoop. It's not like don't try and level it off and get like one of those things and go, that weighs like 10 grams. So you need to really heap the shit out of this real food to get the actual serving size. So, got myself 2 scoops, 60 grams of this Rich Piana 5% nutrition real food in my Team MassiveJoes Elite Shaker. Now you guys saw the coarseness of the powder. So I'm gonna put in a little bit of work, man, to shake this shit up before I show you guys how it mixes and refresh my memory on how the sweet potato powder tastes, man. See those oats in there? Oats do not mix in water. For real, for real. All right, that's probably enough. You guys can check that out. All right, so I want you guys to check not just how it's mixed, but I want you to check the texture as well, the thickness. So this is 2 scoops in 16 ounces of water. For viewers at home who use the metric system, 16 ounces is about half a liter of water. So zoom and focus action. Look at that. You see that shit? Look at that shit. Boom. See them oats floating? You know what? You can actually see the specks of blueberry powder now that it's mixed in water as well. See them like them blue, almost black colored specks? That's the blueberry extract powder in there as well. As you can see, a very thick consistency and not very well mixed. I mean, there's chunks of oats in there, guys. The oats do not mix. It's not oatmeal, it's not oat flour, it's actual oats. So it does not mix very well. Do not expect it to mix very well. In terms of the texture, it's very like gluggy and thick as well. So it's a real thick, gluggy texture. Because of that, you would have no chance mixing this in anything but a blender bottle. To be honest, you should probably be using a blender or a NutriBullet or something that's gonna chop the shit out of it, because that's how it's gonna mix best. With that in mind, I would go so far as to say blender bowl is most definitely required. For this here rich Piana 5% nutrition real food, let me refresh my memory on how this sweet potato pie flavor tastes, man. You see, I gotta like drink it and eat it at the same damn time. You gotta like swallow and chew. Check this shit. The thing with these flavors is, surprisingly, they're really good. Like really good. Like actually the first time I tried it, blew my mind good. I was like, there's no way, looking at those ingredients, that this is gonna taste good. And they have smashed the flavors. I would go so far as to say the flavors are the tits on this rich Piana 5% nutrition real food, man. Like, you have to try it. You really have to try it to know what I'm talking about. But the flavors are amazing. I thought for sure I would really like the blueberry cobbler flavor, which is like for the Australian viewers that don't really know what blueberry cobbler is, it's like blueberry pie, really. It's like a sweet pie. I thought I would like that better, much better than the sweet potato pie, but to be honest, the sweet potato pie is on point. It's really that good, and I would say the flavors really are one-to-one. They're amazing. It just depends if you want that blueberry flavor, if you want that sweet potato flavor, but it doesn't. The thing is, the sweet potato flavor doesn't taste like sweet potato. It tastes like cake. Like it literally tastes like, it's got hints of the sweetness from the sweet potato, but it tastes like sweet pie. It tastes like cake. It's really good. And the fact that they've been able to do that with no artificial flavors as well, it's just sucralose as the sweetener, and then the flavors are natural, the colors are natural. I really have to stomp my feet and light a match for Rich Piana and his team at 5% Nutrition, because they have nailed the out of the flavors on this real food. It is really delicious to drink. In terms of the effects, not really much I can say here for you viewers at home. It's a carbohydrate supplement. It's equivalent to eating food. Every serve you're getting yams, sweet potatoes, oats, and blueberries. That's effectively what you're getting. In terms of the effects, it's gonna be like eating those foods. It's just a much more convenient, much better tasting way of getting whole food, complex carbohydrates, rather than sitting down and going, I'm gonna have 20 grams of yam, 20 grams of sweet potato, 14 grams of oats, this is per 2 scoops, and a gram of blueberries. It's a much more convenient, much easier, much more tasty way of getting those foods in. I can't really say anything for the effects apart from that. The one thing that I will say with the effects is if you do have digestive issues with any of these types of carbs, so I know some people may have digestive issues with oats, they may have digestive issues with potato. If you have digestive issues with those foods, you are gonna have digestive issues with this product because this product contains those foods. That's the one thing that I really do have to note. The second thing that I do actually want to point out as well, and I did come prepared because I'm going to go back to my bowl here, is I mentioned it's a convenient way to get your carbohydrates. Obviously, as we've seen, you can shake it up and you can drink it. But the other really cool thing that it does is it makes a really good sludge. So if you take like 2 scoops like that and you add yourself a little bit of water up in here, so just throw a bit in there, grab yourself a spoon, just gonna sit back for this, and you can mix it up. So I'm gonna need a lot more water than that. That's probably better. So you can mix it up, and because the carbohydrates, the powdered yams and the powdered sweet potato really take to that water, is you can make like a really nice tasting sludge with it effectively. So it becomes like a carbohydrate sludge. So you can see that there. And it is really like, it's delicious to drink, but eating it like this is even more delicious. So in terms of convenience, the fact you can drink it, you can make it into a sludge, you can mix it with protein powder and drink it, mix it with protein powder and make it into a sludge, have it any time of day when you push for time or you just don't feel like eating those whole foods, you want something that's just convenient, tasty and delicious. That's really when this real food is gonna really come into its own right, really come into play. Apart from that, with the effects, there's nothing else really I can say. You need to treat it like food. The label doesn't lie. The shit's called real food for a reason. Incorporate it into your diet as real food, and it could be, you know, one of your favorite supplements if this is the type of supplement you're after. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of MassiveJoes RAW Review and all the other deliciousness on our YouTube channel. And guys, that is MassiveJoes RAW Review on the all-new, unique carbohydrate supplement from my good man, Rich Piana at 5% Nutrition. It is real food in the house. And I'm coming to you from MassiveJoes.com. Stay massive.
Hey, what's up everyone? Rich Piana here from 5% Nutrition. The best place in Australia to get my product, 5% Nutrition, is MassiveJoes. Stay massive.